Good evening. Welcome to sensitivity training. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Trying to get some music.
Just so you know, well, good evening. Welcome to sensitivity training. I'm Diana. This is Dave, and this is a show where we speak our mind, and you may not always like what we say. At any rate, it is kind of a nice night out tonight, don't you think? It's cold, but it's nice. It is nice, but it's one of those nights where. What are we doing? This is you're premature.
Yeah, I'm like.
What is this? What is this? Because I don't want to be singing and dancing to something that I object to. Does this objectify women?
Yeah.
Does it? What is this? It does objectify women. What is this? Did you plan this?
No, I don't. You always want music. It's
Did
just
you
a
plan
loud,
I would have gone for something from my era.
stupid song, but.
But you made an error. I have a problem. Can we start? Tonight we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
I was trying to find a video of a guy getting arrested, and as he's getting arrested, somebody's filming and he's yelling at the camera, and he's like peeing, like as he's yelling, like straight up. But I guess they took it off of YouTube.
Well, I'm kind of glad that you didn't find that, but maybe you could do that next week.
Yeah.
But here, so we're going to talk about Super Bowl, parking spaces, the New Hampshire primary, which is going on right now. It's at the tail end of it, but I need a favor. Can you help me?
Okay.
I need a favor.
Is it cleaning the Tupperware?
Well, it's kind of like cleaning Tupperware, but here, I need a favor. I need a shave, because I have a hair across my ass. And I didn't have any shaving cream, so I brought mousse, because I figured that would work.
For something like that, maybe use like Nair.
No, razors work. So aren't you even curious why I have a hair across my ass?
I don't know. I just assume. What's your background?
Nursing.
No, I mean like your ethnicity.
Oh, you want to see how hairy my ass is? Is that what you're thinking? It's not that hairy. This disposable blade.
What's that?
Oh, is the call thing working? You have a little ADD tonight. We only have a 27-minute show, you know.
I just woke up.
Did you? Okay, I'm liking the jacket though.
Yeah, I wear it every week.
I know,
last week.
but you got the sweatpants on, and what's the shirt going on here?
This is just my what I wear to bed, pajamas.
You woke up with that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, are you depressed?
No.
Oh, okay, because you have all these like colorless colors on, and I'm red, and you're kind of blue. I like the hat. Okay, so do you want to know why I have a hair across my ass?
Okay.
Okay, so I found out a couple of days ago that a friend of mine on Facebook, they didn't just defriend me, they blocked me. They blocked me. Do you know why they blocked me?
Because of your opinions on Trump?
They blocked me because of my opinions on Mr. Trump. And what I thought
I've thought about it.
About blocking me?
Yeah.
How's the show gonna work? So, what I found interesting about this, the reason why I have a hair across my ass, is because this particular person who has been on my football teams, right? And so we know we have these conversations about.
Who is it?
I don't want to say his name, Bill. I don't. No.
Do I know?
No, you don't know him. So you know how we have these conversations about. People assume that you're one thing because of, either they assume you're something because of your race or because you're a liberal or because you're a Republican or whatever it is. I'm not, So I don't know what he assumed, but what the irony of it is that I've known him for, oh my God, like 4 or 5 years at least in football. He's been on my teams. I've let him be late with paying for his team dues. I've picked him up multiple times to take him to football games and never asked him.
Been personally nice to him.
And never asked him for any money because he was in school. And yet he finds out, and I haven't said anything outrageous on Facebook. Like, I haven't said anything. But so it's interesting how now he blocks me.
Yeah, because people comment and they're very kind of mean.
I haven't done that.
And
people have commented, and I've been very courteous. And so is that funny? I just feel like you can't be
It's not that funny guy, right?
No, you don't know him. He wouldn't say anything. No, he didn't say a word on Facebook. He just blocked me. But anyway, I digress. So do you want to just, because I know you don't like to talk too much about politics, but should we just at least say something?
Well, should we put this on?
What does it say? Oh, it says Trump won. Is that what that says?
Too. Yeah.
Does that say? Dun, 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 dun. You want a trumpet? I got trumpets. Trumpets for Trump. Okay, I'm done. I think they're gonna lock me up. Wow, that's great. Oh, my trumpet fell. Oh, I hope that's not a bad. Wow, he did. He won 33% of the vote. Is that what that's saying? Last updated, 8:05.
Yeah, I wish I was watching real TV.
They're not. Oh, you'll be out of
See
here
what they
back
were saying.
in the rest of your GMEs. Okay, so that's very exciting. And then they're going to move to South Carolina. That's the next. But what do we have? We have for him. Do we have anything for the Democrats?
Bush is.
Is this a touchscreen? Bush 11.9. What happened to Rubio? He fell off the charts, huh?
But well, I'm glad about Cruz. It seems like everybody is against Cruz.
Does it? Well, no. How much? What do you got? 10.1% of the vote. For those of you out there, and I haven't done the research on this, which I should have. Sanders won. Well, not. I mean, 52.7% of the vote with Clinton 40.1. But what's interesting is, New Hampshire only has about 1.3 million people. Is that what our audience is seeing up there?
Yeah.
0.3% for O'Malley. But I was listening to the radio on the way up, and I guess there was some problem with some districts, and I don't know how big the problem was, where people who are registered Republicans went to vote and they had them as a registered Democrat. So I don't know if that's going to amount to anything, but how do you feel about this? Who's your person? You don't want to say who your person is?
No, so maybe, have I thought about this a lot in the last week? So there's a lot of passion. So over the weekend, I wanted to go to a Trump rally, and I got tickets to his rally on Sunday, but I didn't end up going and I also I was looking up like Bernie Sanders events, but it's like I couldn't find if he was going to make any appearances.
Bernie,
yeah. Because if I was going up to New Hampshire, maybe I could have gone to two things. And the reason why...
Kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. And so you think about it, the two events I would want to go to are Trump and Bernie Sanders, because they're kind of like the rock stars now. And why is it they're kind of even though Bernie Sanders, how long has he been in the Senate?
I don't know, 200-300 years.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
But he hasn't been in the public eye, as much as Hillary. But he can kind of speak.
He's also much more entertaining, and he's alive. He looks more alive.
When I watch, so the little I've seen of the Democrat debates, she comes off as very calculating, and he comes off as very genuine and authentic.
Yes.
And it's the same with Trump. So Trump is whipping up a certain portion of the country into a frenzy, and he's and so people are falling behind that. And on the other side is Bernie. But I think but Hillary, it's kind of like...
I think she's taking a swan dive.
No, well...
A little bit, no?
No. So, yeah, so I think I'm I like Bernie, but yeah, I definitely want Hillary to win because...
But isn't the bottom line, though, that Americans... At this point in time, I mean, I think we're always living in a historic time, but I think at this point in time that it seems like many Americans want things shaken up. Would you agree?
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit foolish because so Kasich.
You think it's foolish to shake things up?
It depends on who you're if you're putting Trump or Bernie Sanders. I don't know if their ideas, even if they want to shake things up, are as good as somebody like Hillary Clinton, who's been doing this and has a long resume for a long time, or like Kasich, who was number 2 in New Hampshire, and he so what, governor of Ohio, that's what he was? Like,
Yes.
he just, whenever he talked about, like, this is what I've done, and it sounds like not crazy Republican Ted Cruz things or anything irrational, just, like, nice, like, things that are for the good of the people in Ohio, so, like, and it's, like, actual, like, progress and I don't know, just he's like, okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna build a wall and kick out.
No, he's for
11
he's
million
for that though.
people.
He's for amnesty, isn't he?
I'm just saying, like, he's not saying, okay, I'm going to build hotels on the moon and we're gonna live there. He's saying, look at what I've done.
Yes, but here's I have two
And so
responses.
I think Hillary also, she comes off as.
What is she? So here's the thing. I always say this to people. How many jobs have you had in your lifetime? And anybody out there, just honestly try to be objective, whether you agree with me, disagree, whatever. How many jobs have you had? How many jobs have you had?
I'm a pimp first and foremost.
I didn't say those kinds of jobs. I said, how many jobs have you had? Seriously. 5, 10? 5, 10? Say 10.
10.
Say 10.
8.
And out there, how many jobs have you had? Think about,
I worked in a dog factory once.
I'm ignoring that. Think about how many, managers, bosses, supervisors that you had. Think about it. And how many of those people did you genuinely like? Did they inspire you to do great things? Did they make you feel like, include you in such a way that you wanted to go to work? Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm 52 years old. I've had so many jobs, I've had so many different supervisors, and I can tell you I only had one supervisor in all of my lifetime, just one, and that was from 2010 to 2011, one that actually motivated me, inspired me, and I can say that he is the one that actually, something that, because of the faith that he had in me, it actually launched me into the path that I'm currently on. No, thank you. So that's my point. So just because Hillary has a long resume, it doesn't mean she's good at her job.
Yeah, I know. I
So-
just think her resume.
Does what?
She's done good things.
So, like what? Like what? The Middle East is in flames.
Like, I don't know, healthcare and stuff.
Okay, well, that's a separate subject because you know what? Before you know, we're gonna run out of time. So okay, you wanna talk about the Super Bowl?
Wait, can I just say, as a pimp, first and foremost, I've always been in charge
You always
of my
had to
house.
pay for it.
What?
You always had to
No,
pay
do you know
for
what
it?
pimp does? Shit.
You mean pimp with like prostitutes?
Yeah.
Do I know what
I
they
don't
do?
pay for it. They go out and trick and they pay
And
me.
they pay you. Okay. You know what? I thought you were going to do your segment on fecal matters. When's that coming about?
We haven't gotten
You a
any
little
emails.
Are you a little constipated?
No, but something must be backed up. My stomach really hurts.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it? So if
I actually wanted to talk to you. What does that mean?
well, we'll have to talk about it after the show. But if you have a
Dave
comment,
Toulis, cctv@gmail.com. Send us your poop stories.
your poop stories.
I've been checking
You've been checking your poop or
every
your poop
couple
stories?
days and nobody sends it.
Yes. So send us your story, but along with that, you have to send a gift certificate for me and Dave to go to some nice restaurant in Boston. Okay? So if you want your question read on the air, say it again.
Dave Toulis, cctv@gmail.com.
Toulis, Tulis. Okay, we got that out of the way. So then you'll do your fecal matters when you get it up.
Some funny poop stories.
Get some funny poop stories. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the game? Do you want to can we spend 1 minute talking about little Cammy? Little Cammy's so cute.
Yeah, I think what
Little
happened.
Cammy's so cute.
The stuff that happened after.
That little baby.
is a lot more interesting.
I wish I had a
think just
pacifier.
That Denver D was crazy.
The Denver D was awesome. So what do you think of Cam Newton?
Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Cam Newton. They went. I guess in the 3 games they only had 1 touchdown.
Cam Newton got the poop. He got the fecal matter kicked out of him. That was the best thing I ever saw. The best thing I ever
I
saw.
wanted him to win.
He needed his comeuppance. He needed somebody to dope slap him and say, you know what, get off your high horse, number one. Did you read any of the stories afterwards?
Yeah, well, what I thought was interesting
This was
was
little-
how
Okay, you keep
terrible
talking.
Peyton Manning is.
This was little Cammy. It was your little Cammy. This was him at the press conference. This was him. What I got beat up. That was Cam Newton at the press conference. And then he got irritated. He was sitting like this.
Wait, what about? So at least that was kind of.
That doesn't bother you?
If he's a sore loser, at least that was like
That doesn't bother you.
genuine. What about
It was
Peyton
genuine.
Manning?
Wait a minute. What
Wait, let's talk
about
about
Peyton
Peyton.
Manning? He was. What did he do? Because he said he was
After-
going to have a Budweiser?
Yeah, and well, he said it twice. The first person he embraced and kissed after winning was Papa John, and he just didn't seem like he like gave a shit. It's just so like calculate. You know, like I think I don't know if I talked to you about this, but why I don't really like Cam Newton's dances, you know, like after a big play, and the reason why isn't because he's celebrating, it's because it's pre-planned, you know, like it's like choreographed, and so I don't know, if it's in the moment I like it. If it's
Can't we just say he's an egotistical jerk?
well, I think quarterbacks have to be, but yeah, they all are.
No,
Wait, what
Alright.
Peyton Manning did was so like, you know, he must have practiced ahead of time because he had to get the Budweiser in twice and then like once again the
But
next
he didn't
morning.
have to. That
and-
wasn't planned. He did that on his own. I was listening to stories on sports radio. He didn't. But here's
Well,
the
why
thing.
did he do it?
He's been. Oh, I don't know why he did it. Maybe he wants endorsements. But the thing is, he's been in.
Shouldn't he be like, I'm so happy right
He's
now that
been
I
in
just
the
won-
limelight
that my
for how many
defense
years?
just won me the Super Bowl.
He's been in the limelight for what, almost 20 years. Here's my point. How come when I bring up somebody, you always go and bring up somebody else? Can't we just, here's my thing about Cam Newton.
How come we always have to talk about the people you want to talk about?
I said you could have just talked.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done with my 1 minute. He's a little baby and he got his comeuppance. So there. Okay. What else you want to talk about? Because wait a minute, excuse me, let me pout because I can't talk about what I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? I have stuff. Do you want to talk about that?
What is that?
Do you want to talk about that? Oh, let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. This is a picture of Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Look at that. That's his mugshot. That's his mugshot. So, fix my hair here. Okay, do you want to talk about that?
He's also a musician. Why?
Do you know what he used to do?
Sell drugs?
He sold drugs. He sold drugs. Okay.
Yeah.
And believe me, honest to God, if people repent and they, I'm fine with that. They pay their dues, they go
Yeah,
to
now
prison,
he
whatever.
has like billions of dollars.
Right. So, did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you read anything up on the halftime show?
No.
Do you not want to talk about it? Should we wait till next week?
Well, I want to know why you have Jay-Z's mugshot up there.
So I have Jay-Z's mugshot actually because I had seen it on Facebook because everybody's up in arms because of her halftime show, which I didn't know at the time. That basically it was the song that I actually have here. If you want, you can read it. So here's the title. People are calling for a Beyonce boycott after her Super Bowl song sent a harsh message to the police. So her
didn't
new
see any of
song,
this stuff.
her new song is called Formation. And apparently, what did I know? I didn't know. The formation that she did on the field was actually a Black Panthers formation. It was an anti-police formation. You didn't see any of that?
Nah.
Okay, that doesn't bother you?
No, well, the same
That doesn't bother you?
the same amendment that covers being able to say racist things also is the right to assemble and stuff like that. So, no, if you have a problem with something, you can get together and protest something.
So what do you think? What do you think that what she did, and the irony of that is that before, so here she is espousing anti-police BS.
Wait, why do you have Jay-Z's mugshot?
Somebody posted it on
What does that have to do with what Beyonce
Because
said?
what she was saying is, you're so anti-police. Your husband did bad crap too. Like you have to take things individually.
All right, well, let's take her spouse, and let's take Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay's spouse, who's Gwyneth Paltrow. So I'm
I
not.
don't care for Gwyneth Paltrow. So is this good?
Yeah, well, I don't know all of his story. I
don't
knew
either.
that he probably grew up in under or less than great circumstances, and so, like a lot of people who don't have many opportunities, they probably sell drugs and stuff like that.
So is that because the thing is, I wanted to launch into a speech that I have prepared for this.
On the other hand, Gwyneth Paltrow was, born, I think, is her father a producer, and her mother is Blythe Danner, the actress, and just in Hollywood, and she looks like a princess, and
But I was born. I mean, I have had horrible, horrible things happen to me in my life. I didn't sell drugs.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's no
you
excuse.
also don't have billions of dollars, so
Right, but
you did something.
But
wrong.
don't say because they grew up under bad circumstances. The point
Yes,
is,
I'm gonna
no.
say that forever.
No.
Yes.
The point is, Beyonce got a police escort to the Super Bowl. She got a police escort. And then she has the nerve to do what she did. My point is, what does that do for race relations? It doesn't help. You may be sticking it up somebody's behind.
I don't think they're happy right now with race relations, so it's not
But
like
it's
they
making
want
it
to.
worse.
They don't want to hide it under.
It's making it worse.
Yeah, well, things have to get worse if they're going to get better.
How
don't
is
they?
it? No, it's not going to get better.
So they should just ignore the fact that.
Ignore the fact that what? That what? That what?
That just they're getting killed.
They're not. They're getting killed in Chicago by their
So
black
yes,
brothers.
that's not good. She wants to
So
call
why
attention
isn't she
to
doing
it.
that? She's not calling attention to that. She's calling
But she
attention
did
to
it-
police.
Yeah,
How come she's
where
not-
hundreds of millions of people are watching? She's saying
So-
she's doing a Black Panther, whatever
To do what?
to say. What you said it was an anti-police thing.
But so why isn't she doing something for the poor kids in Flint,
That's what
Michigan?
she's doing.
In Flint, Michigan? The poor kids in Flint,
Why
Michigan.
are you doing something for the poor kids in Flint,
The thing is,
Michigan?
I'm not causing harm.
Yes, you are.
How?
By every week on this show, you just put up Jay-Z's mugshot
I
for
did.
no reason.
To put
You
it
wanted to
together.
say, look at this black man and he's in
What does that have to do
jail.
with black?
Why did you put that up there?
What does it have to do with the fact that he's black?
Because he is black.
So what does that have to do with anything?
Because you haven't put up George Bush's mugshot
We haven't
or
talked
all
about
that
George Bush.
stuff.
When we talk about
didn't
George
talk
Bush-
about Jay-Z.
But I'm talking about her hypocrisy.
All right, well, Trump has probably talked to George Bush,
What does
but
that
you
have-
haven't put George Bush's mugshot. Wait, did he go to jail for all the coke that he did, or
I don't
what?
know. Well, how-
But anyways,
But what does
just
that have to
because
do with the
Beyonce
fact
did
that he's
something, it
black?
has nothing to do that her husband used to sell drugs because he grew up in a
How do
completely
you know
different
that he-
way that you did. And I don't care how tough your life was. You have no idea what Jay-Z had to do, and I don't think he sells drugs anymore.
I know that, but all I'm saying
He
is
slings
that
records
on,
and he makes billions
on
and hangs out with the
Facebook-
Obamas. That's
on
pretty cool.
Facebook, somebody posted this.
I don't care what
Because
people
what
did
they
on
were
Facebook.
saying
You
is-
gotta stop hanging out with being
Here's
friends
your-
with those people. I
here's
never
your
saw that picture.
hypocrisy. Here is the hypocrisy. You have a police. She asked for a police escort to the game that she's going to berate people. That's lousy.
Next week, let's pull up 100 young black men off of the street.
Yeah.
Have them come in one by one and see what their experiences are with the police. We'll get them, hopefully they'll be from all different
but here's
backgrounds.
the thing is, what's your goal? Beyonce, what is your goal? Because the thing is, we can't get rid of the police. We need them. So what's your goal? If your goal is to fix a problem,
Shake things up.
but that doesn't shake things up. It doesn't help.
Yeah, it does.
How does it help? Tell me how this helps.
Because it's saying you can't do this. Institutional racism can't be like
I'm
this
so tired of
anymore.
hearing that institutional racism. When are people, whoever they
Because
are,
you don't know that it exists in 2016, so that's what makes it
Because
bad.
here's my question though. And we're gonna talk about one more thing after this? Oh, we're gonna talk about parking spaces. Here's my question though. If you have an issue, if you have a problem, and you're gonna keep blaming institutional racism
I
because
have a
you
problem
won't get
with
off
somebody
your
putting
ass
up-
and go to college and get a decent job?
It's not
Why do
that
you have
easy.
a problem with that?
It's not that easy.
Why is that? That's freedom of speech. What's the problem with that?
Because it's saying, look at this dangerous black man.
That's not what that says.
Yeah, this is.
But that's how you're interpreting it. I put it up because she's a hypocrite. That's
Why is she
I
a
put it up.
hypocrite?
Because she's a hypocrite.
Because she had a police escort?
Yeah. And then you snub them? You're not gonna tell.
Can I talk bad about America?
Here's the
Wait, can I talk bad about America? Yes, it's my First Amendment,
Yeah,
right?
talk
So
bad.
the country that gives me the freedom of speech to talk bad about it allows me that. So she got a police escort. She's not going to keep her mouth shut about, yeah, she is a celebrity. She's special. So police won't, police still go after black celebrities, but
She's a role model. Couldn't she be helping to bring people together? The goal is to bring them together. If you bring them apart, we're still going to have a problem.
all right, so Trump can divide, but Beyonce
Why can't
has
we
to
talk?
bring
Why
us
can't we
together?
talk about? Why are we just? We're talking about Beyonce and what she did and what I think. What she
Why
did
are we
was
talking
lousy.
about Jay-Z having a mugshot? We're talking about Beyonce.
Because he had problems
Wait,
too.
and what are you doing for Flint, Michigan?
The point is, I don't have the power that this woman has. What did Obama do for Flint, Michigan? Nothing. That problem went on for. These kids are going to be ruined for the rest of their lives. Who was caring about those kids?
I don't know, but
That's
you
my
should
point.
do something.
We didn't get to talk about the parking spaces.